this week's best MMA bets. We're talking about UFC Vegas 56. I am on the road, as you guys can see, not the normal studio, but I'm coming at you guys with the heat as always. Make sure you guys smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn those post notifications on, and share the video as well. We'll go through the locks, dogs, props, and the parlays as we always do. Let's start it off with these UFC locks, and I will bring the odds on screen, which seems like it's been getting a positive review. Definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think of that. So let's look towards the first lock of the night. Is this a very obvious one? Yes, it is. It's Erin Blanchfield. I think she should destroy JJ Aldridge when the fight gets to the floor. If she doesn't, I would actually be really surprised. Minus 475. The line is ugly. So it's really more of like that late parlay piece if you really want to add some juice to the sale at the end. Not a good money line play unless you're going extremely hard at it. If you're not doing that, there's not much to be made here. Blanchfield, though, I think the grappling advantage is super clear. I actually want to bring up fightodds.io rather than best fight odds. Minus 478. Where was that 475 tag? That was over at DraftKings. Minus 475 from best fight odds. I feel like Blanchfield has a good shot at getting a finish. Like, I don't know. I have this feeling there's potential for inside of the distance, though I do think it definitely goes over a round and a half. Minus 440. Could see Blanchfield going through and winning a very dominant decision for sure. Would be nice for her hype and momentum coming forward if she finishes off JJ Aldridge. Not going to be easy to do, though. I like Blanchfield dominantly. Do we go over 2.5? Definitely could happen. Blanchfield wins inside of distance, plus 265. Blanchfield by decision, minus 145. So there's not much value on the lines. This is definitely more so of the parlay piece, but it is an ultra confident pick. And I do think Erin Blanchfield should dominate. That minus 475 at DraftKings is going to be where you find the best line for yourself. Blanchfield should win. Dominant performance over JJ Aldridge. The next lock is Rinat Fakhretdinkov. Very difficult last name. The hardest one probably ever. Fakhretdinov. Rinat. We're going to call him Rinat. He's minus 255. He fights Andre Michelidis. Fight at 170. So I am interested to see Michelidis dropping the weight class. He just fought a good-sized 85er and was stopped by Alex Pereira, which was expected to happen. I mean, that's what the UFC would have dreamed to have happen, and thankfully it did. Now Sean Strickland fights Pereira, and he wins that fight. He's probably fighting for the belt against Adesanya in Trilogy fight, first time in MMA. But outside of that, let's talk this fight. Rinat should be able to win this fight, in my opinion, everywhere. I think he's got the better wrestling, better striking, more power in the hands. Michelidis, this doesn't do anything really that well for me. He couldn't finish off KB Bular. I don't consider KB Bular near UFC level. I actually thought he was atrocious when he fought in the UFC, and that's no hate on the guy. Obviously, he can make improvements, but he's like a one-dimensional Taekwondo guy. Michelidis won a decision. Rinat should get a dominant win here. I'm going to call finish. I'm going to say win by knockout. We've seen Michelidis knocked out in the UFC before. Rinat to win by KO TKO. The value of that one, plus 150. I think that's a likely plus 150 if you're looking for a prop. Rinat to win, money line, minus 255. I don't think it's a terrible play. I definitely think it's a parlay piece or something you're going to hit hard. He really is being handed Michelidis here. They want an impressive win out of him, and I do think he gets it. Over a round and a half, minus 145, or under plus 120, plus 130. I'm going to lean that underside. I definitely like under 2.5 rounds at minus 145. If you can play that, I think that would be a good tag to hit, more so than the under 1.5. But I'm going to say under 1.5 too at that plus money. Rinat to get his hand raised in dominant fashion. I really don't think this should be too close of a fight. Also going to be interesting, though, to see Michelidis down a weight class at 70. Fun fight. Excited for Rinat's debut. Next lock is going to be Jeff Molina against Zhalgas Zhumagulov. I feel like this is the hand-me fight. Zhumagulov is a mid-level striker. Okay wrestling, but isn't a beast of a wrestler where I'm worried about him dominating Molina on the floor. I don't see it. I think Molina's way superior with the hands, way superior with the kickboxing overall, moves a lot better, defends takedowns well. Zhalgas is going to look to press. I think Molina's going to land good punches here. I'll be honest, there's a shot Jeff Molina gets a knockout win. He does have finishing ability, and I think that'll carry weight in this matchup. I'm going to say Jeff Molina gets his hand raised by knockout. As far as the odds, you're looking at minus 170 towards that side of Jeff Molina. I think that's not a bad tag. Minus 171, best value. Minus 181 is not bad on there either. Realistically, it's a solid play either way. We're looking at how this fight's going. I'm saying under 2.5 plus 170. I know it could go long. Flyweight division fights do go distance a lot. But Jeff Molina's in a good matchup, especially Zhumagulov being finished in the last one. Yes, Manel Kape's a really explosive striker and hits hard. Jeff Molina can land that counter strike, and I think he can put Zhalgas away because Zhalgas at times is out of position. The head is there to be hit. I see punches from Molina landing clean. I like Jeff Molina by knockout. I'm calling that. Molina by KO is plus 450. That's a wide line. Maybe one to stab. Molina, as far as the money line, I think is a good play as well. He's being passed a matchup that I think is going to allow him to shine a bit here. So I think he's going to look nice and beaten up Zhalgas Zhumagulov. The next lock is an ugly one. It's Damon Jackson, minus 500. Not one that I even love the play on because I do actually like Dan Argueta. I remember him from Tough. Plus 449. Wrestling base, smaller guy, fights a guy who I think is superior in the wrestling and the naturally bigger opponent who's fought better competition. I think it's going to be hand raised for Damon Jackson. I'm leaning stoppage. I'm kind of thinking later KO, TKO, but there's a chance Argueta can win, Argueta can go long. I don't know if there's much of a chance he wins. He doesn't have the striking ability to finish. I think he's going to get TKO'd in this one. Under 2.5 is actually already lined up at minus 138. Best value, minus 150. I think we are going the underside. I feel like this fight's ending inside of the distance with the hand being raised from Damon Jackson. So I will lean you towards Damon Jackson inside distance, but it's around minus 135, minus 125. You get plus 155 for it over at Jazz Sportsbook, but everywhere else, it's in that favorite money. I think Jackson winning, maybe a parlay piece type addition, but it's definitely not my favorite play because at minus 500, it's ugly. Minus 615 at BetOnline. But Damon Jackson should dominate. It's a lock. It's a wide one. If you're looking for wide locks to add to parlays, maybe this is one you throw in later. Damon Jackson, KO, TKO, should get it done and beat up the game, Dan Argueta. The next lock of the night, Benoit Saint-Denis over Nicolas Stolze. Stolze breaks to me. Saint-Denis has no break. This guy should have been stopped against Alizio Zaleski. That referee, I don't remember his name, but that man let him nearly die in the cage. And Benoit's not someone that's going to quit. He's got heart like no one else. He's got a chin on him. Stolze does not bring much finishing ability. I don't think he has great power in his hands. He's not a super explosive kickboxer. I was higher on him when he was entering the UFC early. I think he's going to get taken down and submitted. Benoit Saint-Denis, lock, minus 152 best value. The submission to me is going to be on the money there. I think that's what we're looking at. Win by submission towards the side of Benoit Saint-Denis. Let's look. Submission for Benoit Saint-Denis. What is the line? Plus 240. I think that is a tremendous tag. Stolze's been submitted. Saint-Denis, the submission ace. I think he's going to impress in this fight, actually. I really like the money line. And I also love that submission prop. I'm going to be playing both personally. Under 2.5, minus 125. I think we're going under here. I think Benoit Saint-Denis choking Stolze out. I think there's some good finishing potential on this card. I think we're going to see some solid finishes and entertaining fights. And I think Stolze is getting finished. Benoit Saint-Denis, lock, minus 152, best value, minus 155 over at BetOnline. I think it's a fantastic money line play. And I also think that it's going to be that win by submission. Good prop there, too. Liking these locks a lot this week. The next one, Movsar Evloev. He should beat Dan Ige. It sucks. I like Dan Ige a lot. He's a good striker, well-rounded game overall, but Movsar has such an edge in the wrestling, and he's going to be so much physically stronger when they get in any grappling positions. I don't think Ige offers a ton. Now, I don't see him getting beaten on too bad. I see him getting dominated, similar to how we saw with Hakeem Dawodu. Takedowns, control, Movsar getting the hand raised. And the reason Movsar can be so successful using his grappling is because he's a quality striker. He has a nice kickboxing game. He's smooth with his level changes, timing them with his stand-up. I like Movsar a lot, guys. I'm high on him as a prospect, and I'm very excited to see the potential. This is a breakout opportunity for him, and I think he's going to shine in the co-main event. Lock, minus 380. I do think we're going longer here, over 2.5, minus 350. It's something that Evloev would be a parlay piece. He's not going to be really a money line play unless you're really attacking heavy money line. You could look towards Evloev wins by decision, minus 165. If you want to just make a little something, you could throw on Evloev, higher risk, yes. But he really should get the hand raised. Dan Ige's best shot at winning to me is stunning him with a big punch. But Evloev has looked flawless throughout his UFC career, and I think he's going to have another very impressive win. I guess I can't say he looks flawless because he had a split over Nick Lentz, but Nick Lentz, stylistically, great wrestler. More difficult matchup. Dan Ige was taken down by Zombie recently. I think he's getting taken down here by Evloev. Movsar Evloev, win. Gonna say decision. Not a great line for win by decision. Not a great money line, but a lock for certain here. Movsar, impressively. And let's get excited about this co-main event spot for him. The next one is Mike Trisano over the game Lucas Almeida. His style is entertaining. He brings the heat, but Trisano is the superior technician in my opinion. Minus 212, Mike Trisano. I like Trisano a lot here, money line. Lucas Almeida is plus 200 as the dog side. We definitely could be going over here, around minus 190. I have a feeling win by decision is the way to go for Trisano here, so I'll say I like the over 2.5. But you do have good strikers. Somebody could get caught here. I definitely think Almeida could also get taken down a bit. Trisano by decision, plus 110. I think that's the best prop you could pick if you have to choose one. I like over 1.5, minus 345 more than anything. Over 2.5 is a definite possible casher at minus 192. But I think Trisano, the money line touch, is where you're going to find your best success here. I like Mike Trisano a ton. I'm high on him. I've been following Trisano since the tough fights. He's been on the come up. I mean, he's done fairly well. Like, yeah, he loses his last one to, I believe, Hakeem Dawodu, who's just a phenomenal striker, kind of just does it all a little bit better than him. He should have that technical edge and maybe even the speed edge over the brawling style striker that Almeida is, that he'll sit in the pocket and throw down. I think Trisano can land nice counters. Mike Trisano for the win, getting the hand raised. I'm going to say decision on this one. I'm liking these locks a lot here. We're going to jump to the dog section. If you guys haven't, smash the hell out of the like button. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Keep it locked in here at MMA Experts with the On the Road show for you guys this week. Next one, I guess the first one really for our dogs. People don't love this play. I've seen it in the comments when I drop the full card predictions, but I think Zaruk Adashev has a legitimate chance to beat Ode Osborne. I picked him to win. I'm picking him as a quality dog. Plus 164 for Zaruk Adashev. It's good plus money. Flyweight division. It definitely could go the way of Osborne, but I'm picking Adashev. I like him to win. I think we're going longer. Over around and a half, minus 160. I do think is a high likelihood casher. I don't think Adashev is chinny. I know he was finished early in the UFC career, but last one, I mean, was able to catch the win over Benoit. The Sumata Raji fight, he gave him problems for moments. Ode Osborne's good. He's really athletic, but I don't think he's super elite. At least not yet. I think Adashev can actually find a way to win this one. I'm going to pick him here as a dog. I like the odds of him winning a decision, but I also think he could land a big punch and get a knockout. He's got finishing ability. Leading that decision side, plus 325. How will Adashev look later? That's, I guess, the biggest concern in the third round. Tough matchup. I got to go the dog way here. I do think there's value on the Adashev money line. I think that over 1.5 is a better play at minus 160, though, if you're looking for, like, more sure thing. Like, I'm not saying it's a sure thing, though. It's cage fighting. Knock on wood on that one. It's a cage fight. Anything can happen. But I think Adashev winning and over a round and a half. High likelihood. I like the dog. Next dog. This one here is not my favorite dog play. I was very torn on the pick when I was breaking this one down. It's Joe Salecki and Alex Da Silva. I'm going the Alex Da Silva way to win. Joe Salecki can be finished, so if Da Silva can land some good striking, I definitely think he's the better striker of the two. The grappling, I feel like, meets a similar level, I guess you could say. I think it's close with the grappling department. I think Da Silva's explosiveness is a difference on the feet. It's enough so that I'm picking Da Silva because he can do more. I'm very curious how the grappling matches up. We'll see when the cage door closes. I'm going Da Silva plus 153 as the underdog. Over 2.5 rounds is minus 140. I do think we're probably going over, but it definitely could end inside of the distance as well. I like the dog attack here at the plus 150 range. Salecki, Gassed a little later with Jared Gordon. Alex De Silva, what's our concern? He might gas later. So it's going to be very interesting to see if the gas tank has improved for him. He's been out for a while. It's an interesting fight. I have to go the dog way. I'm not picking Salecki. I'm going with Alex De Silva. Let's see. De Silva wins inside of the distance. Plus 350. I like money line. De Silva by decision. Plus 350. It's the same, actually, as inside distance. De Silva KO TKO plus 460. Salecki was finished before. I believe Nicholas Molter knocked him out in the third round outside of the UFC. Interesting fight. I'm going the dog way, though. Alex De Silva. I'm saying that the difference maker is the stand-up, and the grappling is going to cancel one another out. Fun fight. Let's jump to the next dog. And this dog has been, I guess, ridden with a bit of controversy at this point because at the time I was breaking down the fight, I believe his record was listed at 24-5. Ashkar Mazarakanov, Ashkar. Let's just call him Ashkar. You guys know him. Tattooed up, savage. Plus 148. His official record now on Tapology stands at 21-11. So it's weird. He changed his name. He had other losses. From the tape that I watched, he has a chance to knock Alonzo Menfield out in the first round, and that's probably his only chance. If it goes longer, it's going the Menfield way. I love the stand-up from what I saw. Ashkar has filled into the frame at 205. I'm not comparing him to Rumble Johnson, but look at the losses Rumble Johnson had at 170, and then look how he then is able to perform at 205 pounds. He's a different human being, and Ashkar is a similar case. He was a lot smaller earlier on in his career. He bulked up, built a lot of muscle mass, which allowed him to develop some serious finishing ability, but still kept that excellent kicking technique. Very fast with the hands. Menfield is a tricky striker too, don't get me wrong, but he's definitely more awkward, and I see openings on the feet. But how's the takedown defense going to look? Menfield is not an A1 wrestler by any means, but he's a very strong dude. We're going to find out. For me, I got to go Ashkar. I'm picking him win by KO. I'm saying the first round, guys. I think we're going under a round and a half, minus 180. Lock that one up. I think that could be the play because I think either guy gets finished early. Ashkar to win by KO TKO, plus 177. The money line, though, is not bad at plus 148. Ashkar to win, KO TKO, round 1, plus 425. I do think he's getting it done in the first. I'd like to see that line wider. A little bit of a disrespect by the books on Alonzo Menfield. I think Ashkar's a live underdog, though, guys. I'm going to pick him to win. Could it be a trap? There's always a possibility of it, especially if he can't stop the takedown. There's some ifs. There's some concerns, but I'm still picking the dog side. I'm not saying he's a lock of the week. He's a dog of the week. Ashkar for the win. Getting it done over Alonzo Menfield. I'm going to say knockout. I'm riding with it. Even if the people, some of them not going to like it, I'm riding with it. I want to talk about some extra props to maybe touch here, some things we didn't touch on, which, the extra prop section just leads us to fights where I want to talk about over-unders. Tony Gravely versus Johnny Munoz Jr., I like over a round and a half. Minus 138, best value at Betway, minus 160. Are you kidding me? Those are great lines. Over a round and a half, I think, is highly likely for Tony Gravely and Johnny Munoz Jr. Fight starts round 2. I don't know how it's at plus 230 at Bovada. I don't think that's accurate. If it is, jump on it. Fight starts round 2 over at Sportsbet, minus 255. I think that's a confident play. I like the overs in this fight. I think there's a good chance we go distance, but the over 1.5 is better. Over 2.5 gets riskier, but it is plus 100. I like that. Over 1.5 just seems safer to me. A lot safer. Like by a long shot. The risk margin is definitely smaller with an over 1.5. Especially at minus 160, give me that one. That's what I'd be playing. I have to talk about that one. Now the next extra little fluff to add. Herrig Kavokevich. Interesting, Kavokevich is the dog here, but she's looked awful in her last 5. I think Felice Herrig can get the win, guys. I'm picking her as a winner. Minus 115 close money, but that's not really my favorite bet here. It's over 2.5. It's minus 315. Yes, it's ugly, but it's a confident play. Something to look out for when we talk parlays, which is the next section. I think it's something to add. I really do. I feel like it's a good addition, that over 2.5 to a lot of them, because I really think these girls are going to go long. If you want to play the main event, I find myself in a very tricky predicament here because I think Alexander Volkov wins a decision, but it's heavyweight. Do I really want to risk down on Volkov decision? The money line is not bad. Minus 150, minus 159, minus 138 best value. Rozenstruik plus 143. Who's more likely to win by KO, though? I'm going to have to lean it towards Rozenstruik with the power. Plus 210 best value, Rozenstruik to win by KO TKO. Maybe that's a line you're interested in. Volkov wins by KO TKO is actually plus 340. Interesting. Volkov's expected to win by decision. It's plus 210, though. Very tricky to pick method of victory in this fight. Two big heavyweights in the cage for 25 minutes, strikers. You look at the fight with Derek Lewis, like I'm picking Volkov as the winner, but I'm acknowledging the risk of picking him, that he could get caught, he could get sniped, he could get put to sleep. He's been knocked out twice in the past. Rozenstruik has the power to finish him. Plus 210, plus 180 at BetOnline. We got to talk Rozenstruik by KO TKO. I have to bring that line up. The final little extra prop that I really wanted to talk about is between ladies, Poliana Botelho and Karine Silva. Close money there. Silva is a minus 112 favorite. Poliana plus 105 is the dog. I don't like the Poliana dog attack. I think she's going to lose. But I think Karine Silva win by submission is a Hail Mary prop. Plus 520, Karine Silva wins by sub. We have to bring it up. Plus 520 is great money. Is it super likely? No. Is it possible? Absolutely. Karine Silva win via submission. Plus 520, little extra prop. Let's jump to the parlay section. If you guys have not yet, make sure to smash the hell out of the like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Turn the post notifications on as well. Let's talk some potential parlays here. And let's see what we can come up with for this weekend. I have some plays written down that I like a lot. Jeff Molina with Renat. Plus 111. It brings you to plus money. It's fighters that I think have a high likelihood of success here. Moderate favorite, Renat. Okay sized favorite, Jeff Molina. Plus 111. Very fair tag. One that I personally am a fan of. And if you're looking to hit a parlay safely, right? Safely, but hit it hard, I think this would be the one. Felice Herrig, Karolina Kowalkiewicz. You want to add a little more juice to the sales. I think over 2.5 there. It brings you to plus 177. I don't think that's a terrible idea. I understand some people won't even want to touch that Kowalkiewicz and Felice Herrig fight because shit could get weird there. Movsar Evloev is smart to add in. It brings you to almost the same money, plus 167, and he is a confident lock here. We're including the locks on the parlays. You guys know how it is. We got to include the locks. If you're still on the Felice side, though, because I like it, the Felice Kowalkiewicz going over side, rather, plus 250. Felice over, Movsar Evloev, Renat, Jeff Molina. Plus 250 money. It's not bad there. This is not a bad four-way play. Do I want to add more to the sales? We could. If you're feeling like, listen, I want to stick with this, but I want to add more to the guns. Of course, you can remove things and add them out, add stuff as you please. Benoit Saint-Denis brings you to plus 476. I think that's another one. High likelihood. I think there's a really good chance that Benoit Saint-Denis gets the hand raise. I see him choking out Stolze. Add in a little more. I think Mike Trisano, another one, confident play. Mike Trisano should get the hand raise. Plus 732 if you're looking at adding in the confidence there. I am going to get crazy for you guys. I'm not even suggesting you go past the 2 or 3 fighter play. Like I always say, that's the max you should do. If you want to add some overs, unders, understandable. Play it smart. Play it light, play it smart. These are the lottery ticket plays. Damon Jackson, plus 876. Aaron Blanchfield. Can you imagine this one hit? Molina, Renat, Movsar Evloev, over 2.5, Felice Herrig and Karolina Kowalkiewicz, the rematch. Benoit Saint-Denis, Mike Trisano, Damon Jackson, Aaron Blanchfield, plus 1,082. It's an extremely wide play, and I'm not suggesting anyone touch it. There's always possibility that something like this cashes. You never know. If you're looking for a light sprinkle, lottery ticket, you want to throw down on, you want to have some fun this weekend, and you're not looking to fucking throw serious money at it, because don't be stupid. Bet intelligently, bet light, bet what you can afford. Maybe you're throwing a light play at that. $5 can make you 50 back. That's not a bad idea. Overall, some solid potential plays. Be cautious with your bets, with your parlays. You guys know, keep it smart and enjoy the hell out of the action. I'm on the road. What do you guys think of this on the road studio? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious what you guys think. It's not that bad. The lighting isn't A1. This isn't my same HD camera. I got the webcam up, but still looks pretty solid. I got a mock setup all here, so it feels almost at home. We just need a poster in the background. For the future, when I'm out of town, I'll try to bring a poster with me to add a little excitement in the background, because right now we're just looking at bland walls here. Is what it is, guys. I hope you enjoyed the hell out of the content. Make sure to smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn the post notifications on, and share the video as well. Let me know what you guys think of the picks, the locks, the dogs, the props, the parlays. Let me know in the comments. Overall, I think we're in store for a good weekend. And then next weekend, when I'm back in the studio, things are going to be heat with that UFC 275 card with Glover Teixeira, Yuri Prochazka. I cannot wait to break that one down. It's coming. We're a ways away. We got the money line tomorrow. I'll be live for that. I'm at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific time, a little bit earlier. I have Juan Archuleta coming on the show, so definitely stop in to check that out. Watch me and Mike talk to him. He's going to give his take on some of the fights on the card, so looking forward to that, and we'll get a little insight into what's going on with him lately. Friday, weigh-in recap show. As always, Saturday, unfortunately, I'm going to tell you guys straight out the gate, no fight companion. It's going to be one of my last days here. Actually, I think it's actually the second to last day I'll be here. I fly out Sunday, so I'm going to be enjoying time with the family. But I will be trying to catch the action live because, you know, we don't miss the fight nights. Much love, my people. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace, everybody.